A bill brought forward by Senate Democrats remains stalled for a second day in the state Senate. The bill to continue Montana's Medicaid expansion program. Senate Democrats tried for a second day in a row today to bring the bill up for another debate and vote, but that effort failed by the same margin as on Friday, 24-26, with all no votes coming from Republicans. Republican Senate Majority Leader Fred Thomas said GOP members still have some unanswered questions about the $700 million a year bill. But he also told reporters that Republicans won't vote for the bill unless they're assured that some unrelated economic development bills will succeed. Democratic Senate Minority Leader John Sesso of Butte said he's hopeful the measure will be taken up on Monday. That's the last day the Senate can pass it before it would require a supermajority vote to advance the bill because of legislative transmittal deadlines. Now, Medicaid expansion provides government-funded health coverage to 96,000 low-income Montana adults. And with just 2 weeks left in Montana's 2019 legislature, key lawmakers sometimes find creative ways to revive favored bills or ideas that appeared to be dead. But on Saturday, a handful of state senators and citizens objected to this process and shined a light on it. MTN's Mike Dennison was there and files this report.
Late Friday, a House committee killed an extensive proposal from Attorney General Tim Fox to toughen Montana's drunk driving laws. But by Saturday morning, an 81-page amendment had been prepared, including most of the DUI bill, to be jammed into a completely different bill, which was sitting in the Senate Finance and Claims Committee. But that's not all. The amendment also included contents of two other bills meant to address an epidemic of missing Native American women, the so-called Hannah's Act, and one other. The idea was to make this new, huge hybrid bill must-pass legislation so it couldn't be voted down. Democratic members of the Senate panel objected.
Even though I need to vote for Hannah's Act, I cannot do it with this DUI section in it.
This is the democratic process that we're all elected and sworn to uphold, and now we're jamming a bill in there that's based in leveraging the lives of Native American women. It's disgraceful. It's an abuse of our power. It's abuse of the system.
That brought a response from the panel's Republican chair, Senator Ryan Osmundson of Buffalo.
So if you'd like to bring an amendment, if you'd like to bring a bill, you're welcome to do so. That's how this system works. So, and then we vote. And it either passes or it fails. I have good ideas at times, I have bad ideas at times. Senator Jacobson, you have good ideas at times and you have bad ideas at times, and we vote on those ideas.
Democrats on the panel moved to separate out the language on Hannah's Act from the amendment, but Republicans voted that down. But after consulting further, Republicans relented and allowed that language to be removed. Yet a majority of the panel still amended the DUI language into the bill, passed it, and then consented to listen to public comment. John McDonald, a lobbyist for Montana newspapers, said the panel had violated Montana's constitutional right to public participation by not holding a scheduled hearing before the vote. Veteran lawyer and lobbyist John Metropolis had even harsher words.
If this process is allowed to stand, I'm here to bury the Montana Constitution, not praise it. If it allows this, because this is shameful, makes a mockery of the system, of your efforts, of my efforts. Whose plaything is the legislatures? Whose plaything are we? Do we really have a say?
Most of that 81-page amendment was stuffed into this formerly one-page bill, known as a companion bill with a broad title for just this purpose in the waning days of the session. Several more of these companion bills remain in play. How might they be used? We don't know yet. At the Capitol, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
The session is scheduled to wrap up by May 1st. Back here in Billings, Zoo Montana hosted an early Easter celebration with a twist of science. The Extravaganzoo and Science 2 brought families out today. The event no longer has an egg hunt, but Easter was still celebrated along with Earth Day are part of the festivities. Kids enjoyed games and even received some science education, all while still getting a chance to see the animals.
The zoo is a great place to get some inspiration. That's what we're all about. We want, and obviously giving folks a good time and a great time to enjoy with their family. The great thing about Zoo Montana is that we're multi-generational, so it doesn't matter if you're 2 years old or 102, you can enjoy the facility just as much as the next person.
And Jeff estimates that about 2,500 people came out to the extravaganza zoo today. Whether it's the classics or the past or current artists, vinyl records have made a comeback for music fans. Today, it's Record Store Day across the country. Smiling Dog Records in Billings is part of the celebration. Many came early for a chance at a Record Store Day limited editions. Artwork and posters are some of the reasons for the vinyl's resurgence, but it's the quality of the sound that draws music fans from digital to the turntables and the old technology.
Music has natural overtones, and first off, you lose those. And that's the natural feel. We have a ton of teenage customers. It's fascinating. And the cool part is a lot of those 15-year-old customers are in here looking for Led Zeppelin and the Beatles and Pink Floyd. And so it gives me a little hope for the future that this younger generation is growing up appreciating the classic music.
All right, Mike says albums from the three groups he mentioned along with the Grateful Dead sell out as soon as he has them in the store. He says the top-selling album is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. Records still got it. Stay with us. More to come on the 5:30 news. We give you a sneak peek of the Billings Symphony's final performance at the Alberta Bear before the theater's renovation. Later in sports, Rocky puts on a show in their spring football game. We'll show you if the green or gold team came out on top. But first, let's check in with Rob Griggs over in the Weather Center.
Boy, we've got some average spring weather for the next several days. And when I mean average temperatures, but also average rainfall. We've got some Pacific weather coming our way. We'll talk about that with a complete Palm Sunday and work week forecast coming up next.
You're watching MTN News with Zoe Zandora. Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs. And sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.